Celery stalking is the latest wellness ritual that involves aggressively juicing, blending, crunching, or otherwise submitting yourself to the will of a vegetable that tastes like crunchy water and disappointment. Once relegated to the sad corner of crudite trays and peanut butter snacks for toddlers, celery has rebranded, again, as a miraculous, cure-all detox weapon. And this time, it's personal. At the heart of celery stalking is the now sacred daily celery juice ritual. According to the internet's more spiritual corners, this green elixir doesn't just hydrate you, it opens your third eye, heals your gut, clears your skin, balances your hormones, removes toxins no one can name, and maybe even fixes your credit score. All this from a vegetable that barely tastes like anything and mostly exists to make blue cheese dressing socially acceptable. It's marketed as liquid salvation, but let's be clear, it tastes like regret. No matter how organic, cold-pressed, or blessed by moonlight your celery is, the juice still hits your taste buds like lawn clippings filtered through despair. People try to mask it with ginger or lemon, but then it's just bitter compost water with a citrus twist. The ritual, of course, must be done on an empty stomach. Because according to the gospel of celery stalking, drinking it first thing in the morning allows the healing salts to go directly to your cells and spiritually cleanse your colon. Translation: it makes you sprint to the bathroom before you've even had a chance to question your life choices. But don't worry, that's not diarrhea. That's detox. Let's not forget the preparation. You need to wash the stalks, which often look like they were just pulled from a garden in a horror movie, chop them, feed them into a juicer that sounds like a dying lawnmower, and then clean said juicer, an activity so tedious it has ended entire juice-based lifestyles. All of this effort for 8 ounces of murky liquid that looks like it should be feeding seaweed, not humans. And yet, celery stalkers persist.
Why?
Because this is no longer just a health trend.
It's a personality type.
You don't just drink celery juice, you are a celery person.
You post about it.
You call it your non-negotiable morning ritual. You casually mention to your coworkers that you're on day 37 like you're surviving something noble and vaguely supernatural. Celery stalking is also strangely moralistic. If you don't like it, it means you're toxic. You're not ready to be healed. You haven't surrendered to the stalk. Disliking the taste is interpreted not as a reasonable human response to liquefied plant bitterness, but as resistance to vibrational alignment, which is code for, you need to suffer a little more before you're worthy of clear skin. The influencers pushing this trend do so with a wild-eyed, blender-hugging devotion. They claim celery juice cured their acne, IBS, anxiety, bloating, social awkwardness, and possibly even the sudden loss of their pet goldfish. There are endless before and after pics where the after just looks slightly better lit. But the faith is strong. Celery has become their green, stringy therapist. And like all health cults, the rules get stricter over time. It's no longer enough to just juice. It has to be 16 ounces minimum. Straight celery. No mixing. Organic only. No coffee for at least 30 minutes afterward, or the healing is ruined. The stakes are high, the instructions confusing, and the science non-existent. Because, spoiler, there's no real evidence that celery juice does anything that plain water, fiber, and therapy can't do better. Sure, celery has some vitamins, and it's hydrating. But if you think it's single-handedly flushing decades of dietary sins from your colon while simultaneously raising your vibration, you might be drinking more wishful thinking than wellness. So what is celery stalking really? It's the edible equivalent of flagellation, cleansing through suffering. It's the health world's way of saying, I could be happy or I could be pure. It's the only trend that turns your taste buds against you while rewarding your compliance with vague feelings of superiority and intestinal unrest. Drink it if you must. Post about it if you're compelled. But let's all admit something together. This isn't wellness. It's a celery cult. And your juice tastes like lies.